Hi guys, welcome back to the FM Recruiter. Now, so far this season, our second season in the Premier League, we've been a bit inconsistent. We started with losing on penalties to Chelsea in the Charity Shield, then we lost to Manchester United at Old Trafford 3-1, and we lost to Wolves 2-1 at Molineux. But we're unbeaten at home 3-1, 3-1 and 4-0, including beating Manchester City along the way. So we currently sit fifth, which, isn't amazing. In terms of the players that we've signed, Andrew Cook is our new goalkeeper. Dean Henderson is now the backup. Andrew Cook is only 21 years old and looks to be a real prospect. We've also brought in Conor Gallagher, who's on the transfer list. We signed Diego from Juventus. Amazingly, we got him for nearly £1.5 million less than they paid for him last year, and he played 25 games. Don't quite know how that works. Ajeo Suarez we signed as well. He's looking to go out on loan. He's from Liverpool FC in Uruguay, but he looks to be a real talent for the future. And then Luis Yanez, we brought him in from Liverpool for $27.5 million. They made a massive profit on him, considering he'd only played 4 games. But on the whole, we've had a decent transfer window. Now, the two games we're going to bring you in the first episode of this season as we try to defend our Premier League title is Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge as we look to try and get our first win on the road. And then we have our very first Champions League game. Now, we are playing at the Cardiff City Stadium this year. That is because at the end of last year, after the work on the racecourse ground had been completed to take us to 23,000, the board agreed to put in another 11,000 seats. So the racecourse now is going to 34,000. But it means we've got to play down south again for a season. So our first Champions League game will be at the Cardiff City Stadium against Real Madrid, which will be incredibly difficult. And under the new league phase that they do, I mean, we're predicted not to get very far, basically. But anyway, let's see how we get on. We've got Chelsea up first, and then we've got Real Madrid. Here we go. Ancelotti back in the Chelsea hot seat as they play a 4-3-3 with a holding midfielder. Pretty standard Chelsea formation. We're still playing the 4-2-3-1. Hartley's moved to right back, and Anona has come into the centre of defence. So it's a little bit of a change for us. And we are hoping Diego can keep up his really good form. Because I'm telling you, he's been immense the first 5 league games. I need a good win from this to go into the Real Madrid game in good form. However, I don't expect to dominate the play. Chelsea, even though because we won the league last year, we still can't attract those high name players, which is why a lot of the players that you saw in the introduction that we signed this year have been youth wonder kids to develop and to, build with us, because we still can't attract the big players. And not only that, we can't afford it. We can't. I think I had a transfer budget of about 40 million after setting and sold a few players. So, yeah, we can't afford the high transfer fees and the high wages, but it's a corner from Mount cleared. We've got to do better than this. So Chelsea are looking good. And it's always going to be tough at Stamford Bridge. I think we lost to them here last year and beat them in our home game. But we do have, our midfield forward is now very good. It's our defence that we now need to look at improving. Hartley is obviously the standout. That's a good ball. I think Cannoneer might be offside slightly. He's gone for a corner anyway. So I thought he would have been offside had it gone to a VAR review, but VAR obviously doesn't get involved unless it goes in. Asaka with a corner. Whipped in, but it's cleared by Kai Havertz. It goes back to Asaka, who gets it in first time. Looking for Doyle, but it's cleared. Forced to Dan Davis on the edge of the box. Davis, who's just scored his first international goal in the international break that's just been as well. So, he's confident. Saka, good free kick. Good save by Mendy. Forced to Cannoneer. He's offside. Oh, you can't see from that angle. VAR going to check it. The linesman's flag's gone up, and that's normally an indication that it is off. Yeah, okay. We can't see it from this angle. Oh, he's miles off. Never mind, you can see it from this angle. He was a good 3 or 4 yards off. Okay, but that's good football. That's what we want to be playing. We don't control the possession. We're not good enough to control the possession, but we do play fast counter-attack football. And that is what is key. at the moment we're creating more chances than Chelsea, but they're having slightly better chances on the expected goals. Sterling plays it to Havertz. He plays a crossfield ball to Kvaratskhelia. I think I've pronounced that name right. I don't know. Plays it into Kante to James. James hits the bar. But again, Hartley, it doesn't matter. It's a penalty. Oh, no, it's not. I thought it was going to be given, but Callum Doyle looks like they've gone down injured. That could be trouble. Asaka, though, with a long ball. It's met by him. Oh, it's a good effort, but it's over the bar. I haven't seen anything to say that he's injured. He's, find out when we get to half-time in a minute. We're right at the end of stoppage time. Already over the allotted 2 minutes, and there's been nothing. Gomez at the back for Chelsea. Plays it forward. Oh, and it's gone for a corner, has it? No, goal kick, and it's half-time anyway. So 0-0 at half-time. Do you know what? I'm happy with that. I will take that as a result. Let's have a look. Callum Doyle. He looks okay. I think the problem is Callum Doyle is starting to become a little bit injury-prone. We're going to send him out happy. We're not going to waste any time faffing about and talking about what's, ifs and buts and maybes. We're just going to get on with the game. Let's have a look where we can maybe make some improvements. I'm going to take Felipe off just because we've got that Real Madrid game, and I'm going to take Dan Davis off as well for Charlie Patino. So Patino and Cullen coming on, and I'm going to have to take Hartley off for Calvin Ramsey, and I'm going to take Gallagher off for Alejo Suarez to come off the bench. So 4 substitutions made just before the hour. Hopefully those fresh legs will make a big difference for us. It could, it could turn the game on its head. I mean, early doors, even though we're predicted to win the league, and I forgot to do this in the introduction, we're still only expected to achieve a mid-table finish. I think the fact that last year was so unexpected because we just went on we just didn't concede goals. And Dean Henderson with 2 world-class saves there. And that's why Dean Henderson came in and was amazing. But we scored loads as well. Oakley Cannoneer was top goal scorer. I think it was just one of those seasons that, like a football manager season, that was completely random. But I'll take it because we won the Premier League. And it allowed us to attract players like Diego and Suarez, and Gallagher. Without winning the league, we wouldn't have got them. So, and again, I'll take a 0-0 here if we see out injury time. Now we've got 3 minutes to play. Sterling running at Ramsey. Turns back and plays it to George. George plays it back to Mendy in goal. Akanji. Fofana. Chelsea have still kept quite a bulk of their squad. Fofana, there's a good ball through from Kingsley Coman, but it goes straight through to Henderson. The Chelsea team hasn't changed that much I think this is season 6. Might be season 7. I'll have to double check, but hasn't changed that much. He's miles. Oakley Cannoneer is so far offside. He was getting a pie from the kiosk behind the goal. That is ridiculous. You didn't even need VAR for this. Just check his shirt for crumbs. He was getting a steak and kidney. Poor play from Oakley Cannoneer. He could have had 2 goals today. He doesn't need to be this far. He does not need to be that far offside. Even if he's onside, even the level, he's still a yard in front of the centre-back. It's still a tap-in. Frustrating, but it's a 0-0 result. And we played quite well. If you look, they tried their best to rough us up. Gomez, Kante, Guavadal, and Kvaratskhelia getting yellow cards. I really hope I pronounced those last 2 right. If I do, I'm well impressed with myself. Anyway, on to Real Madrid. Let's see how we get on. And this is it. We are playing our first game in the Champions League, so we're going with our standard 4-2-3-1. No changes from the last game. We've kept Hartley at right back, whereas Real Madrid, Chilwell at left back, Kempembe, Courtois, Militao, Tashemi, Camavinga, Rodrigo, Vinicius Junior. And I'm sure that's Heung-min Son up front. What a team. But did you ever think you would see Champions League football at the Cardiff City Stadium? Never mind that. Did you ever think you'd see it in Wales? But here we go. We are obviously up against it massively here. This could be... We've got 8 games to qualify for the knockouts. And we need to finish top 8. Let's see. I don't think we'll get a result in this one. We've got Juventus. We've got Shakhtar. And that's hit the post. Get there, Hendo. Oh, no, my days. Oh, what's going on? Vinicius Jr. 1-0 after just 7 minutes. Onana doesn't track his run. And in fairness, that is good. It's a good reaction from Vinicius Jr. when it comes back off the post. But as I was saying, we're massively up against it. We just need this to be respectable. We've got to finish top 8 to get into the next round. I think we go into Europa League. If we don't, there's always a chance we could win that. There are good teams in the Europa League now as well. I don't like this format. I used to like it when it was, your team of 4, 6 games, 3 home, 3 away. Now it's 8 games and a stupid league format. That's a good ball. Cannonier's in behind. Cannonier! He's equalised. It's 1-1. Wow. 1-1 against Real Madrid. What a ball this is by Conor Gallagher. What a run. Cannonier. Rounds Courtois. Oh. Right in front of those Spanish fans. Absolutely. Things you love to see. And that is it. 1 shot, 1 goal. And that puts us 6th in the league at that point. That is huge. Absolutely massive. You can see from their average positions that Real Madrid are camped in our half. They're creating more than us. We've had 1 shot, 1 goal. But wow. What a game this has been. Oh, what a half of football. Hartley having a more quiet game than normal. Conor Gallagher looking for Diego, but Militao steps in well against his fellow Brazilian. Camavinga's through, plays it to Son. And Son has his shot blocked behind. Again, we've just got to be a little bit more switched on than we are because that was sloppy. Heung-min Son with the corner, whips it in. Back post, Dean Henderson. Absolute superb take by the goalie. And I think anybody would be looking to take just a draw from this game. We haven't changed the tactics. We're playing the same way we've played for the last 2 seasons now. Why would I get this far and change my tactics? And that is probably why. Heung-min Son, it's 2-1 to Real Madrid. That was so easy. Norrington Davis caught out at left back. It was just too simple. To Shemi, I mean, yeah, that's just dreadful. There's so many errors. Isaka doesn't close him down. Gallagher doesn't close him down. Norrington Davis and Doyle are out of position. It's just too easy for Real Madrid. And they are the mistakes that you can't make at this level. But it's only 2-1. Let's see if we can get a draw. If we can get a draw, I'll be happy. We are going to look to take Norrington Davis off. He's so hit and miss at the moment. I don't think he had a good Euros with Wales either in the summer, which probably hasn't maybe helped his confidence. Vinicius Jr. or Vinny Jr. as the game calls him is through, but Hartley gets in with a decent tackle. It looked a decent tackle. He's been sent off. What? Absolutely no chance. Absolutely no. Absolutely no chance. He played on. No. And Eder Militao has made it 3-1. That sending off could kill us. It really could kill us. This could get ugly now. Hartley, who barely ever gets booked. But I did say we need to improve our defence. We need another good centre-back. We need 2 really good full-backs. Conor Gallagher's having a great game, though. 7.2 rating. He's our best player so far. Diego looking for down the line. But again, Felipe just not alive to it. We will be bringing him up. He's had a poor season so far. He goes through spits and spurts, so he's your typical, stereotypical Brazilian player who hits the bar. Somebody get there. Onana gets there. Let's make a few subs here. Felipe's like your stereotypical Brazilian who is good for 5 or 6 games, then goes missing for 5 or 6. You know, it's weird. I'm going to make some subs. So we're going to bring on Joe Adams, Liam Cullen, Chambers at left back, Luke Chambers. We're going to bring on Suarez in the midfield. No, we're not, because he's played an under-21s game. We're going to bring on Charlie Patino. And we're going to bring on Calvin Ramsey. We're going all 5 subs, 50 minutes in. We're bringing them all on. Son. And that's just over the bar from Militao. What a danger he is. We need to look at how we're defending these set pieces. But 33,000 people in this stadium to watch our first Champions League game. I don't think a 33,000 seat stadium is normally 4 tiers, but that's such a rubbish camera angle. I can't see anything. Chilwell. That's all I could see. What was with that camera angle then? Normally behind the goal goes behind the nearest goal, not the goal on the next city. Cannoneer. Chilwell gets back and it's a poor pass right Cannoneer. Ben Chilwell, a distinctly average fullback, playing for Real Madrid. Things you never see. Heung-min Son, good save by Henderson. Oh my God, what is going on there? Onana could have got back and made the block. Instead, he didn't. And this is becoming very one-sided. Where will this put us in the league? Let's have a look. 34th after this game. And again, we have that weird camera angle. No, we don't. We're an hour played. 4-1 to Real Madrid. We just don't want this to become embarrassing. And it... Oh, my God, this referee has given a penalty. He's now... So now, right. What? So not only did he send Jack Hartley off, despite having played the advantage, it's very rare that happens. In fact, it almost never happens. He's then give a penalty for a push, which probably happens at every corner. The referee's absolutely rubbish. And I mean, shocking. 5-1 to Real Madrid. This has been a bit of a drubbing. And I'm not blaming it on the officials. Not in any way, shape or form. But, you know, did he have to send him off? Could it not have been a, look, this is your final warning? I find it, yeah, irritating. Cannoneer shoots from distance, but it is over the bar. But again, you know, we've just got to bounce back from this. Champions League was always going to be very, very difficult. It's about getting in there repeatedly, building our reputation and being able to sign the real top tier players. Or what I want to do is grow the youth players we've signed, because, you know, our front line, our front four players are all under 24. We've got a potential there, but it finishes 5-1. The referee was just awful. And we were truly humbled by a very, 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 very talented Real Madrid side. But anyway, we'll move on to the next one. The next episode we'll be bringing you after Christmas, and we will give you an update on how we got on with the Champions League and who we signed in the January transfer window. I'll see you all soon, guys. Have a good one.